was a lot of noise in my ears. Can you guys hear the music? Let me know. What's up, Genevieve? Thanks so much for coming by. I'm so glad you came by to say hi. Hey guys, I am just getting ready here to start painting this Beagle Barbarian. Here he be. Give me 1 second. I'm trying some new music, from our dear Murder Sauce. Murder Sauce, and it's just a little too loud in my ears, but I want it to be loud enough for you to hear. So make sure you tell me if you can hear that. That would be awesome. How's everybody doing? Man, it's Tuesday. It feels like it's eternally Monday in this house. I am a train wreck of a human, but feeling a little louder on the music. Not much, though. Got it. We are listening to a mix of Murder Sauce's music today, which I think will be a lot of fun. Yeah, man, I've been a wreck for the last 2 weeks. I've been a little tough, but you know, other than that, it's been mostly okay. I'm happy to be painting today. It's really been a long time since I was able to just sit down with you guys and paint a miniature. So today we're going to do this Beagle Barbarian. This is the last in the Kickstarter bunch that I had, but we were sent by Steamforged a whole box of new dogs to paint. So just when you thought this dog Dungeons and Dragons adventure was over, it is not in fact over. We have more to do. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started with some brush-on primer. Yes, we're still working through the brush-on primer, but hopefully that will see itself to the door shortly. I'm really excited to be painting this pupper today because it is so much larger than the other doggos that we have had to paint. Sorry, I just realized that I did not have my... my toilet paper, my paper towel that I need to paint. It was on the floor, but I have retrieved it. How was everybody's 4th of July? What did you guys get up to? How was it? I always like doing the primer because it's just kind of like just get it on there. Just get it on there. It's fine. It's fine. I had an awesome talk last night with my friend Erin, because we've been working towards doing a painting stream together, which I'm super into the idea of doing. But it's taken a while to get itself going. So the key here with primer is it needs to be a thin layer. You don't want it to be too much, or you will start to already lose the sculpt detail. Oh my goodness. All right, so that's basically how we start, right? Just a little bit of primer. This is also the time to like kind of check out what geez Louise. Check out what else, what kind of details there are. This guy has like a lot of like leather crossguard armor, a big axe, things like that. I think what I'm gonna do is, because beagles are so largely brown, I'm gonna do maybe black leather on this one because I think it'll stand out more. Yeah. It's amazing to see one that is actually large enough to see, because we've been painting all the smallest ones for so long. Let me pull out this beagle picture for myself. This is not what I meant to do. Okay. I'm gonna pull up a Beagle on my phone. Beagle. Alright, so we've got brown and white, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? Black leather, brown leather? What are your thoughts? I haven't quite figured out exactly what I want. Alright. Tricolor Beagle. Okay. So we're not really going to be able to see much other than the tail and the feet. The feet all seem to be white. So we're going to start there. Now, when something is white, you actually want to start with gray and then build up to white. You don't want to start with the lightest color first because then there's no room for your highlight to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the light gray. There's like this leather white, I think, is a good starter. So I'll start with that. I did kind of a wider lens shot today. It was not exactly what I wanted to do, but it is what happened. So that's kind of where we're starting. Trying to find out. There we go. All right. So put a little bit of a drop of water in there. All right, let's see. Ooh. Just turn this up in my ear. Ba ba ba. Ya da 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 da. Is this? What am I supposed to do? Where is the not leather covered part of the dog? All right. Sometimes you just gotta start making a decision. I'll have to start painting spots on top of this, but for now we'll start here. Is anybody even watching anything good lately? Because I am all caught up on as much RuPaul's Drag Race as can be consumed by a person for free, and I don't know that I want to buy more. Sorry. I realize it's really funny that as I watched that show, I actually really struggled because so many people with that show are so mean that like, and I know that's a part of drag culture is reading, but like it's so unfun to me, meanness. So I've really enjoyed watching it for like the artistry and the design and the makeup, but outside of that, it makes it kind of hard for me to enjoy, I think, just because it's so mean-spirited that I just really struggle. And outside of that, I rewatched The IT Crowd recently, and I love that show. It's definitely cool. It's a good one for sure. I was thinking about rewatching Downton Abbey because I really like that show too, and I love like period drama. It's been hard. It's hard to watch stuff. I don't get to spend a lot of time watching content because I'm often making it and then watching Twitch and stuff like that. So I need to. I don't know. Yeah, I really enjoy like sci-fi as well, Chiron. I was gonna rewatch Farscape on this channel, but it's so much time and not a ton of people come to it that it just feels like maybe I should just go ahead and watch it by myself or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what I think of the watch parties on Twitch yet. I haven't seen it done super successfully. If anybody has, obviously call me out or let me know. This feels like there are little boots on him. And they're definitely like wrapped up fur boots on the front. Sometimes you kind of just have to start applying stuff to the miniature in order to see the details start to come out, if that makes sense. Just takes a little time. A little belly boy. This one's got its hooks in me, Murder Sauce. Altered Carbon? I haven't. Is it good? I started watching the first episode and then I never got back to it. I liked the sensibility of it. It was very cyberpunk, which I enjoy. All right. Gotta get my Facebook chat open. Hey, Christina. What's up, Tony? See you over there on Facebook. Welcome. All right, so I think we're gonna go with a brown. Is this darker? I'm gonna go with a warm tone brown. And it's gonna take some mixing, I think. So we're gonna start with Ruddy Leather. For spoilers, the leather. It's an interesting takes on the effects of possible immortality on the human psyche. That sounds rich. Rife with interesting possibilities. For shoresies. Oh man. Alright, let's get in here. Let's get this going. So I always try to like get my brush loaded up and then wipe some of it off because it's just really a lot of paint, and you don't want to get too much paint on. is this? No, it's okay. All right. Hi. What's up, Dad? How's it going, Caldefron? Is this 7 immortalities? This is our Beagle Barbarian. We're talking about cool things to watch. My dad reached out to me and asked me the words every daughter wants to hear. How long are the episodes of The Mandalorian? And I was like, yes, Dad, yes. The true reason for wanting to have Disney Plus emerges. Although watching Hamilton was awesome. Definitely recommend it. That and Castlevania. Haven't gotten... Okay, cool. Good to know. What's down here? That's what I want to know. This looks like... What is that? Seriously, though, what is that? Hold on. Let's see. Maybe I'll be able to see on the back of the box. Sometimes that's a helpful thing to do. Let's see. Oh, God. Back of the box. What do you have for me? They're skulls. They're skulls. Okay. Cool. That is one of the reasons you gotta look carefully before you start painting stuff. Okay, so I don't know that I see skulls, but maybe I'll start to see that after I do some washes. That can happen. What's up, Jim? How are ya? Let's go ahead and do the leg wraps. Now, I did put a little too much on, so I've wiped some of the paint off of my brush, and then I've gone back in to spread around what's on there. And that means that it will just use a little bit less paint, so it'll keep the sculpt intact and the grooves from the design. Because if you get too much paint in there, it just flattens everything, and then you have to paint the, it starts to look gloppy, and you have to paint the detail back in, which is no bueno. And in the end, you're just like, why wasn't I just patient? Why wasn't I just patient? Which can be tough. Man, I look like 12 miles of bad road today. I've been getting sleep, but like I just find that I have discoloration or something underneath my eyes, and I like really don't like it. And I don't really know that is usually a sign of not enough sleep or that you have anxiety. So I guess like I have anxiety, but I keep having really weird dreams, like very, very weird dreams. And I guess I do wake up throughout the evening, but I usually can go right back to sleep. So I haven't really thought about it. But then today I went to go get on a call with my coworker, and I went to like approve the image of me going live, and I was like, oh man, that's what we look like now. That's how it's going out. So welcome to my stream, I guess. Because I didn't change anything between then and now. This is one of those days where I was like, the people are gonna see what they gonna see. They just gonna see what they're gonna see. Alright, this looks like this actually does go down this low. So go down here. okay? Then... this looks like it's like a dagger made out of a dog bone, which is sick. Okay. All right. Now, I do feel that this is a good starter color for the brown parts of the beagle, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. The dog is sitting down on the job, says Caldefron. Caldefron, would you consider getting a beagle? Is that on the list of things you'd consider for dogs? My parents have had dogs for a really long time. This music is taking me to a place, y'all. Dad, have you checked out my merch? I love that I'm just talking to my dad on my channel. What a time to be alive. Beagles are the big barkers and howlers. Not good for city life, yeah. Hey, what's up, Yanyo? How are you? How's it going? Hey, you're always welcome here. People got life stuff to do. I get that. How are you doing, man? How was your 4th of July? What did you guys get up to? How did everybody celebrate in quarantine? I feel like everybody's gonna remember this as such a weird kind of couple of years in their life. And I say couple of years because I do think it's going to extend into next year in a lot of ways because of the, you know, the facts that are being reported about the spread of COVID and stuff. Been busy these last days, but otherwise good. Grilled over the weekend? Nice. Yeah, I grilled a bit too, which is great. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. This has been like a, kind of a quiet, chill stream so far. And yeah, I mean, I'm still in the beginning. I think more people tend to come later on into the stream to hang out and see when it's a little bit more interesting and not me just being like brown, white, brown, white. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What have you and Amber been streaming? I've seen Amber go live a couple of times. I've popped in even if I haven't been vocal to watch you guys. Ah, yes, the exciting primer phase. I know. It's unmissable content. Yeah. I'm excited because tonight I have my Eberron game, and unfortunately because of my family emergency last week I wasn't able to stream, but I also had to miss like a really big moment in our D&D game where we were finally going to fight the big boss, so everybody was nice enough to reschedule for tonight, and so yeah, I mean the nice thing about not having to do it was not having to watch my character die horribly. But now I might get that chance today. So who knows? I also had Finger of Death cast on me in my Strahd game. I jumped into a volcano, as some of you guys know, during our 12-hour stream last Thursday, which, by the way, was such a huge success. So thank you to everyone who came by and hung out. That was just such a cool experience. I cannot believe that we raised $1,500 together for the Trevor Project on this channel. It's just crazy. Oh, that's awesome. Amber nailed down our stream schedule going forward. Mondays are for indie games. Fridays are for board games. And Saturday is After Dark. Scary, spooky, sexy games. Sunday is Animal Crossing. That's awesome. Good for her. That's so cool. I think, honestly, once you nail down a schedule, once you kind of figure out your vibe and get a schedule down, that's a big part of kind of like moving from I'm a streamer who's streaming to like kind of check it out to like actually having a plan. Like it's the first planning stage. So that's awesome. I found that to be very hard to commit to, and then I was like, no, I mean, if I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it. And I also have dun 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 YouTube content will start to pump out soon. I'm just waiting on a couple of outside production things that I have ordered to be finished, and then we will start having some YouTube content once a week to start. Great. Go ahead and paint these. Alright, and then here, we're gonna carefully draw out, like, the markings. Yeah, Ellie's YouTube videos are awesome. I love her stuff. I was just chatting with Ellie today to catch up on some things. She said she was missing streaming a lot, but she's, of course, waiting for her computer situation to be fixed. So frustrating when you're, like, in a groove and then something outside of your control stops that groove. I feel really bad for her. And then get a little brown tail going. There we go. All right, now we're gonna get like a lighter brown. Like this one, and I've got one called Bone Shadow, which, you know, brown is boring. Hold on, let me let me go up because I missed Dad's message. Brown is boring, but very helpful in nature. What about a zingy orange streak on one ear? An orange streak, like he dyed his hair or his fur? We might be able to get some more color into his, like, weapons and wrappings. That might be an idea, Dad. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Since you don't like my boring beagle so far, I'm being read by my father. Ooh, a gamer gulp. Hold on, let me grab this, sorry. A gamer gulp. It's here. Thanks, Chiron. Gamer gulps are very important. Important, as they say. So last night, I know some of you sometimes come and check out our Sea of Thieves streams. And it is so frustrating because I was playing Sea of Thieves for the first time. A rainbow saddlebag. Okay, alright. I hear a lot of suggestions. All are being taken into consideration at this juncture. So last night I was playing Sea of Thieves with my friend, and it was his first time, and I was trying to show him the ropes, but he barely knew the controls. And while we were doing this quest, another ship snuck up on us and killed us. And I was like, hey, so that can sometimes happen, yada yada, it's not a big deal, we'll continue. But we kept rezzing on our ship and they wouldn't kill our ship. So we would get there and they would just kill us over and over and over again. And they would be trying to talk to us. And so finally I was like, dude, you won. Like, can you just steal, like, I'm actually asking you at this point, can you destroy our ship and steal our stuff so that we can all move on with our lives? Because you totally got, like, yeah, you got us. Good work. You did it. We didn't move. I wasn't paying attention. It's fine. And they were like, no, we're going to keep killing you until, or we're going to keep killing you because you're so bad that you haven't earned the right to play the game. And that's when I lost it. And I just recorded them being rude to us and repeatedly griefing and killing us, which is, like, not what the game intends for you to do, right? Like, there's a difference between a PvP aspect where, like, you catch somebody, they're unaware, and you get the upper hand, and then you kill them. Like, totally a thing. That is a part of the game. But I firmly believe that what they were doing was not a part of the game. And I wasn't into it, and I was very upset about it. And I finally, they like friended me on Xbox and they like sent friend requests and started sending me messages there and being super rude and being like, you need to join us so that you have to, we'll let you go. They said, we'll let you go if you join our group on Xbox so that we can listen to you, so that you can listen to us tell you how bad you are. And I was like, no. So we scuttled the ship and went and did something else, and then they hunted us for the rest of the night because we didn't leave that server. And I felt really shitty because I was like, well, I swear to God, I love this game. These people are not indicative of the type of people who play this game. You know, they had no honor among thieves. Yeah, it's childish grade. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so Chiron says that's legally harassment. So I recorded them doing it. The reason I basically egged them on into continuing to doing it, or like, I didn't egg them on, I just sat there and let them continue to do it to us over and over again, was because I had the idea to start screen recording. So I had my OBS open from the last stream I had done, and so the screen was still available. So I just hit record, and I kept letting them do that, and then I also recorded them sending me nasty messages and stuff like that, because I eventually was like, okay, great, well, thank you so much for wasting some of our evening. I hope you guys have a productive rest of your day. Just so you know, I did record everything that just happened over the last 30 minutes, and I'll be sending that into Rare as proof of harassment. And then, of course, that only made them get madder. But I was fine with them getting madder at that point because I had won. Mwah ha ha ha. Anyways, that was my evening, and I was less pleased with it. I was less pleased with that evening, I will admit. Yeah, people are childish sometimes, and it's really funny because my friend that I was playing with was like not even as mad. He was like, "Why are you even giving them a chance to do this?" And I was like, "Because I want to report them, and if I'm gonna report them, I have to capture the malfeasance." So this is definitely video games, man. Why do they get you so bad? Why they get you? Why the video games get you? So right now, I'm just trying to get the, like, straps and stuff. And then I'll do the furs after that. What's up, Surprise? How's it going? I always love when you put your raptor in chat. Surprise, I want to talk to you about hiring you to do some emotes for me. Is that a thing? Is your queue full? I just don't think I'm very good at it, and I need help. I tried to do it myself. Oh, ad just ended. Sorry. I was just saying, Surprise. Do you have an opening in your queue so that maybe we can talk about you making some emotes for my channel? Because the emotes I have that I made them, and I don't really like them. We are painting a Beagle Barbarian, my dearest dove. He is so howly, he gon' rage. He gon' rage. Awesome, great. Yeah, let's talk about that. I'll message you after I'm done here, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Because I now have like openings for a lot of them, and I just don't think I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it, and I need help. Help me, please. Do a help. Obviously, a paid help. Yay! Colorful. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is, looking at my emotes, you'll kind of know, like, what I was going for, but we could go further, farther, faster. Ooh, you cashed in a poem. All right, what do you want the poem to be about, Surprise? Do you have an inspiration? It could just be like a word. Oh, who was the guy who cashed in the poem for you? Maybe Ancient Edie? I don't remember. I can do it. I can do a poem about like generosity. All right, let me pause this for a second. All right, a poem about generosity. Let's see. You get what you give are words said often. You'll find that even the hardest heart softens. Giving to someone who needs to feel loved is a small gesture. Loved, gloved above. to show... I hate this. Go back. Delete, delete, delete. Delete everything. We're going back. We're going back. You get what you give is a thing that's said often. You'll find even hard hearts are bound to soften. When extending a hand, it can feel very heavy. But when gifts double back, you'll find you've a bevy. A bevy. That's just, yeah, I think that's pretty good. When gifts double back, when gifts double sum, you'll find you've a bevy. I think that's pretty good. I think it's good. Ship it. Ta-da! It's really funny when you're improvising music or improvising poetry, because you totally fuck yourself up. Like, I was like, why did I try to rhyme this word? This word doesn't have a ton of words that rhyme with it off the top of my head. At the Ren Fair, we used to rhyme couplets. So, like, I would do two and then pass it to the next one. The next person, then they would pass it back. Which was kind of fun. Yay! So many things in the chat, Soars. Just like playing that one Jackbox game where you submit a word that has a few rhymes. Yeah, you have no one but yourself to blame. It's very true, Yanyo. Very, very true. So I'm super excited to finally basically be, every time I have background music now, it's exclusively Murder Sauce's music. So I paid him to rent rights to all of his music, and it's awesome because I get to, like, I know Miles and I talk about it all the time, but the fact that we could basically hire any one of you to do cool stuff to enhance our channel and enhance the community is pretty awesome. Alright, so we got that going. Is there any other fur? That's enough on the fur, I think. This is hot music, man. I know it is. It's pretty great. Alright. Cool. So we need to, now it's time for like a color. Dad suggested orange, so we'll go with that. Fire orange. Because they got fires and volcanoes, and I'm awfully into volcanoes now, so to speak. Yeah, exactly. So Twitch has been going after anything that is copywritten, and while I've always used stuff that says it is fair use and open source and all of that, it's really easy for those people to then just go, JKs, I want to claim the rights to my music now, and then because you didn't sign anything, right? So I've actually paid for this music, and so the way that Murder Sauce and I worked it out, if anyone is interested in paying for his services, I paid a specific amount to rent the music for a particular amount of time, and then I also paid him to create some stuff specifically for my channel. So you'll be hearing that in time. Alrighty, now we're gonna get some silver so that we can paint. You know what? I'm gonna put some of this bone shadow onto the dog bone. And I will highlight it as we do the layers upward. Wah wah! Yeah, I liked working with Murder Sauce because Murder Sauce's music, he's basically organized it into moods. So when I want, you know, lo-fi and stuff like that, I can pull from the lo-fi kind of or ambiance playlist as opposed to, you know, other moods that might be more driving or things like that. So it's been a really great collaboration, and I highly recommend his services if you're looking for them. All right, I need silver. That's what I said I was doing. Misty gray. Misty gray. True silver. Boom. That's one, and then is there like a gun melee? Let's see, we might have gotten to the end of the playlist. Let's start that playlist over again. All right. Yeah, we're gonna mix a little bit. Oh yeah. So often, like, you can just add, if you want like more of a gunmetal-y, you can add a little bit of like a blue or a darker gray to your true silver or silver type color. I have a really good like gunmetal-y blue color, so I do like a drop of that with a drop of true silver, and mwah, It's delightful. It's just really fantastic. I find that it works well. Add a little bit of water. Whew. Fantastic. It's going to look very blue on this first layer, but as we do the highlights, it'll work itself out. I really like painting big weapons and stuff. I very often don't get to do it because I play so many casters, but now that I've been playing more melee characters, I've had miniatures with like big glaives and stuff on them. It's been super fun. Mentioned I play my Eberron game, my Strahd game. Obviously, I play Stark. Do I have any other games I play in? Okay, yeah. So I play in Strahd, Starfound, Eberron. I have, let's see. I run a game that I've been running for about a year and a half of Tyranny of Dragons, so we're almost all the way through Hoard of the Dragon Queen and into Rise of Tiamat. And then I also run for a different group because we've had to go on hiatus because one of our players is it had to have surgery and can't like sit for long periods of time. So during the break, I'm doing the same game I was doing for Ellie on stream a while back. The Dragon of Icespire Peak, which is from the Essentials kit for D&D. So I've been running that. This is like very much a thing. How do I make it less that? Let's do this instead. Sorry, guys. Yeah, now that's way less like in my face. So yeah, so that, and then but that game I typically play in is a homebrew Faerun game, and then I also play in Descent into Avernus, which I will be playing tomorrow night with some members from the Geeks for Good and Baby Bard community. So we play in that game together, and it's super fun. That game is me, Murder Sauce, Sai, and Nick the Djinn, and those are the players, and then Miles is DMing it on every other Wednesday. So quite a few is the answer. And yeah, and I would love to play in other games. That's kind of my max. And the only reason I'm able to do that many is because a bunch of those don't meet weekly. So Strahd meets weekly. Oh my gosh. Strahd meets weekly, and everything else meets basically every other week or sometimes once or twice a month, depending on the game. So the only weekly ones are Strahd and Starfound, and everything else kind of finds its way in between. I do have a weekly game on Mondays typically, but ever since we started quarantine, we don't play because that DM just really, really hates playing online. So we don't. You know him. That's the game I play in with Chris, who's often on Frontline Friends on Friday. So Chiron, that's who you were playing with when we were playing Deep Rock. But yeah. So lots of games. I have a problem, I think, maybe a little. And maybe more in the future, but I'm kind of, right now I'm thinking, honestly, depending on how things go tonight, I definitely think that if this character dies in the Eberron game, I'm unlikely to make another one for that same game. Even though I love it, just because something's got to give, and I think I got to remove one from my schedule. So my plan is to kind of play this character out to her natural conclusion, and then stop playing with that group. Maybe. It just depends. Unless I come up with like a really cool concept for another character for that game, I think I will have like experienced an awesome version of Eberron. How do I have any time for anything? Yeah. Fortnightly means, it eases it a bit. And I haven't played, I think it's been a month since I DM'd the one that's like a break game, and that one will go on break for like months at a time sometimes, because the person who DMs the regular game before our player had to have surgery is on the road in like an Airstream, and so they'll get to a place where they have Wi-Fi and can do a couple of games, and then we'll break for like a month or two in between. So that one's less often to meet. And the one that I DM tends to be once or twice a month. I would like it to be more, but it's with everything I have going on, as you can see, my dance card is pretty full. So yeah, it's a thing. It is a thing. I'm trying to see. I think it's time for some wash now. So let's get on that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash off my brush a little bit. Gonna go into lurk mode. Got an analog. An analog mom coming over. Awesome. See you, Yanyo. Say hey to Amber for us. Yeah, it's really interesting because there was a while where, for like a bunch of reasons that I don't really need to go into, I stopped playing with my regular game, and I was only playing in that one game, and for 2 years, based on some like personal differences between the person I was dating and the rest of the group, like we were not really invited to play with them, and they also had friends that weren't in the original group that they really wanted to play with too, and so I just kind of got the short end of the straw and wasn't able to play with them, and I ended up not playing tabletop role-playing games for like 2 whole years during that period, and it was awful, and I felt so resentful towards those people, even though they're some of my best friends. I just felt so resentful about it, and it's something that we obviously, we talked about as friends and everything since, so it's all forgiven, but at the time it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. I'm so sorry. So I think, during that time I really wanted to play, and so it's really interesting, and I couldn't find like a group to take me, and that felt really shitty, and I was like, am I bad? Am I not fun to play with. I don't know what to do about this, you know? So I had to kind of like wait it out and find people that wanted to play with me, and now I have a problem because I can't play with everybody that I would like to. I literally have to turn people down. I have a friend who just asked me if I wanted to play in a Monster Hearts game, and I was like, if you are saying this was a Monster Hearts one-shot, I would be so there. But at this point, I don't really have the option to just play in anything that anyone offers me because I don't have enough time. I don't have enough nights in the week. And it wasn't until lately that because of all this, like, I used to just not really play video games for a while. Like, I was pretty much, all the gaming I did was tabletop RPGs and board games, which is, like, also fine. But I like both, and so now I'm finding that I have a better balance, but I get to play a lot more things because I dedicate time to this channel, and therefore I get to play, you know, at least one RPG a week, right, with Starfound, and then also get to play games with you guys, you know, a couple times a week, so it adds some video games back into my life. And for a while there, like, I was playing a lot of WoW in my, like, post-college days, and, like, don't get me wrong, I loved it, but that took up a lot of time. And so for a while there, when people are like, do you play video games, I was like, yes, World of Warcraft, but I wasn't, like, playing other games that came out aside from, like, Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Yeah, that sucks. It ebbs and flows. Currently on 4 games a week schedule, and with the day job, that's my limit. Yeah. Again, one of the reasons mine isn't as limited is because we are in quarantine. And so some of these games, I think, are definitely going to slow down a bit afterwards. These things are supposed to be skulls, but they do not. Oh, now I see how they're skulls. I see. I did it. I figured it out. This one doesn't look like a skull at all. But this one does. Yeah, those are rough. That's gonna take some highlighting to help. Alright. Man, this gunmetal stuff is already separating. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. If you ever find yourself without a game, reach out to me. I'd love to have you as a player. Oh, that's so sweet, Chiron. Thanks so much. Yeah, I absolutely will. What I would like to do is play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition, because I haven't done that yet. You know, as you guys know, I play a lot of Starfinder, but... Nice muzzle and nose blaze on the pup, not you. You have a nice nose. You have a nice nose, but no muzzle. Thanks for making sure I understood your compliment, Dad. Yeah, we're coming along here, I think. All right, I have to let this dry for a second. Caldefron subscribed for 2 months. Thanks, Caldefron. Thanks for that subscription, Dad. It only took took a while for you to figure out how to subscribe. I love you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm quite busy, so I don't know. I would love to do a Pathfinder 2E game, even just like a one-shot. If you wanted to run one for folks on the channel, I'd be not on this channel. I mean, like in our Discord. I would be more than happy to play in that as a one-shot and see how it is. But I definitely can't commit to another full-on game, or I'll die. I'll definitely die. I think that would be the tip over. The only reason I was able to agree to the last game someone suggested, which was the Avernus one. I think this is your second month of subscription. So no, you haven't been, but you've been tipping, which is very nice. And guys, we are very close to some giveaways. We are about $100 away from D20 giveaway and about 40 follows from a full set of dice from Level Up Dice giveaway. So we've been making a lot of progress there, and gosh darn did we make so much progress on raising money for the Trevor project last week, which was the main focus of everything we were doing to round out the end of Pride. I mean, I still can't believe that happened. Helena did such a good job with the videos and stuff. So it's pretty, man, that whole day was kind of a trip. It was definitely a trip for Shoresies. All right, this is almost getting... All right, let's figure out what we're gonna do first. I think what we're gonna do is some dry brushing. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in the little dark parts on the beagle that I want to. I'm gonna put some darker coloration on the tops of his ears, and some on his little like spot on his back. And then once I have done that, we'll do some dry brushing. I have this walnut brown. Cough, cough. The hours remaining on the D20 is set at -141. Oh, that is not a thing. I don't know why that's a thing. I wouldn't worry on that about that. I will fix that. Thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the heads up. Streamlabs, why do you do me like that? Fixed it. Yeah, sometimes if I know stuff like that is happening, it's like, it's good to know though. It doesn't take a ton of time to fix. Yeah. Doesn't take a ton of time to fix. It is just a thing, though. Alright, let's get into it again. Alright. Now everything is pretty much dry. We can get back in with the walnut brown. Pop up close. He's just base coated with one wash for depth. Yay! I've always loved beagles. I just find them to be so cute. So fucking cute. Oh, we love the beagles. And they're on the go. Yeah, we gonna do a song and dance with our pupper friends. And it will be fun that never ends. And it's songs for the Beagle Barbarian. Songs for the Beagle Barbarian. Damn Am. Is his name Damn? Sorry, shakes. I know that is the rhythm got its hooks in me. Songs for the Beagle Barbarian. And. Yeah, Beagle doesn't have a name yet. If you guys have name ideas, hit me with them. If furry creatures... Yeah, so, I mean, if you guys want me to add, like, some face paint or war paint to him, I can try. Dan would be such a cute beagle name. One of Dan? Okay. It's kind of a human name, right? Humany name? When people name dogs after like people names, I'm like, that's not my bag. But also, like, why not? Why not live a little? So now you can see I've kind of like just added, oh, you can't see it there. You can see I've added a little darker spots to the beagle, because tri-colored beagles are often like a little bit darker in places and then lighter in other places. So I've tried to add that a little bit. I'm gonna do it certainly to the, oh God, and I got too into that and then I messed it up. So we're gonna be very careful here. I'm gonna have to fix that with white paint. Oh God. Sam the Small. So cute. Love that idea. Love that idea. God. Sometimes these noses go so well, and sometimes they do not. And this is one of those not times. Alright, we'll come back to that. Alright. So, I feel really good about that so far. Or I should say pretty good about that. I think we need to do some of this white again. Alright, now... God, you guys, this is so nerve-wracking. Okay. So now we just gotta... Okay. This is one of those times where I gotta... Dad, go for freckles, he says. What is wrong with you? So you can see I've kind of filled in the eye sockets with white. And then I can kind of carve out the eyes a little bit better once I have filled them in. I don't think beagles really have freckles, Dad. His little eyes. I ruined it. I ruined it a little bit. She had Mank freckles, and her name was Mank. When you were but a wee lad, he says. Well, good for you. Sorry, give me 1 second. It's very hard to do this. It's perfect. Look at those little eyes. I did it. So cute. So cute. Alright, now what I can do, which which I really loved on some of the other bigger dogs we did, is to do a little bit of painting texture. So there. Damn it. Alright, now we do it on the ears. Alright. A beauty mark in the shape of a crescent moon. You really want the world, Caldefron. My goodness. This is a teeny tiny little dog. I don't think we're gonna have the ability to do that. But we can try and do some war paint across like the nose. I think maybe like a blue streak across the nose. Let's try that. We'll spice him up because Caldefron wants a spicy pup, but goodness gracious. Alright. We're gonna spice up the pupper. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. What do we think of this kind of war painty doggy? I think it's pretty cool. We'll expand on it as time goes on. Don't ever say I never did nothing nice for you. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and start the dry brushing process. So, dry brushing. This is a whole thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out here and get some new side to it ready. And first thing I'm gonna do is this brown color. dry brushing, you're basically going to load your brush up with the color, and then you're going to try to get it basically all off. And then what it'll do is just catch the high points on the miniature. Alright, now... Oh, God. Eating what now? Hold on. Can he, she sit on a tuffet? I mean... No, we don't... We've talked about Sam the Beagle Barbarian. Sam is on the... But we're always open to more options. Always, always open to more options. You gotta be careful with white because it is just so easily washed into another color. Nuln oil. It's hard because barbarians they wear so much leather, and this is a brown dog, so it's a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm in 3rd grade chat in the back of the room. Eventually you got in trouble, but teacher Anne seems to let us go on, or she's ignoring us. All right, hold on. First of all, I gotta paint and then I look back, so. All right. Keep your eye on the Gaul or the Gull, or did you want to call him the Gaul? Is that your suggestion for the pooch? The Gaul? It's a little rough. I gotta let it sit. Thanks. Yeah, so I gotta let the stuff kind of chill because I can't. This is a tough one. Normally, there's a lot more variance in color, so I use different washes on different pieces of it. What's up? Well, Luth, if you use Restream, you can be 2 places at once. It's pretty sweet. Welcome. Welcome to Strem. Or welcome back, I should say. Oh my goodness. We're just painting this Beagle Barbarian. This one's challenging me in new ways because I've been painting on the small one so long. And now I'm back to kind of a medium-sized thing, and I'm making some errors more due to impatience than anything else, which is always a super frustrating time. It's true. It's how it be. My hair is also getting all like fluffy in front. Alright, let's see here. So we gotta let him dry a little bit because I went in a little bit too fast last time, and then I don't want to say it ruined the miniature, but it definitely is going to have to be fixed. And not the way you typically fix a dog. Fuck! Ugh, God, why did I do this? But yeah, part of the struggle I'm having is that I can pretty much use the same wash all over the miniature. And normally what I do is I'll like wash a section and then do a different one that's dry while I wait. But now I just have to wait for the entire thing to dry. I'm less than pleased with that outcome and this scenario. Yeah. But, yeah, Luth, if you go to restream.io, you can sign up for free, and it'll let you stream to multiple places at once. So I stream to Twitch, YouTube, and my Facebook at the same time. It's wild. I have been releasing new merch. Why are you upset, Luth? I've been releasing lots of new merch, so if you guys haven't gone over and seen it, I've made some. I've first of all, I've gotten extended sizes on the t-shirts. So if your size wasn't there, if you looked before, it should be there now. I have things in different price ranges. So if you only want to spend less than $10, there are like stickers and stuff like that. Oh, YouTube and Facebook make you grumples. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so I have stuff. I have like stickers, and I have different types of like mugs. I have a Gamer Gulp mug, which I'm really excited about, that I designed over the weekend. And I have an Everything is Fine hoodie in reference to my Everything is Very Much Not Fine streams of the Alien RPG. An Alien Isolation. And then I also have t-shirts and hoodies with all sorts of different designs. I have a Head Bard in Charge design, and I have... what else? I have a Head Bard in Charge design and a... just like a Baby Bard design. So you can wear your Baby Bard pride loud and proud in various different ways. I'm very excited because my copies of all the merch are apparently officially on the way. So I'm excited to wear them on the channel. All right, let's see here. So I think it's time to... do some dry brushing on the skulls. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. I mean, if you're truly playing a bard, you're going to be loud and plowed, am I right? Hashtag sex joke. I mean, maybe. That could be true. I mean, if hashtag... I do want to be like, hashtag not all bards, but also like bards. Stereotypically, yes. But not all bards. Not all bards are sex-crazed idiots. Some are not that. Mine that I currently play is not a sex-crazed idiot, but she is very ambitious. And she knows how to get what she wants. No matter how I play them, the rest of the table just makes it out that they're that way. No, I agree! I agree with you, Luth. That's always so frustrating to me. Well, I gotta pull this up here to see it better. Alright. It's gonna be one of those, like, I guess I can't really dry brush. I guess I have to paint in all the detail situations, and that's fine. I know how to do that. My bard has -1 intelligence. Oh boy. I mean, that'll happen. Yeah, my bard is intelligent, but she is not strong, and she is the healer. I think I've told you guys about her, but she is kind of playing on the whole, like, bards are supposed to be young and sexy and full of bad ideas. My bard is a, she's like 35 years old and is, has already lived past the sort of ingenue period of her life and is now trying to make up for some lost time now that she's had some kids and some other bad things have happened to her family. So I like that whole idea of, like, when you're the ingenue, you know, you're the main character in the story, but then, you know, once you're old, you're disposable. And not that being 35 is old, I don't think that it is, but I mean, I'm basically that old right now, but I think there's a different focus if you think about, like, stereotypical tropes. You know, all of the heroes are these, like, young heroes, and so I wanted to kind of just put that on its head, and have everybody else be like, okay, it's time. Now you're a mother. Now you have kids. Now your quest is over. And she's like, no. And so that's kind of how she be. That's how she do. And she's married to a dragon, so, like, that's, like, a whole thing. What's that? Married to a dragon? Nothing. There's nothing to, like... It's fine. That's just... It's normal. It's normal. So I'm trying to edge highlight. It's a little crazy, but... Otherwise, everything's gonna just kind of stick together. One of my, like you do. One of my more memorable characters was Granny. The GM made me roll every day to see if she died in her sleep. She was a grandparent, but bad stuff happened now she was out for revenge. Don't fall for being old. Age those around you, and you will remain young forever. Age those around you, and you'll be... It's fine. What's up, Guz? How are you doing? Married to a dragon, you say. Now, that's cool. Yeah, their relationship is a little... insane. So suffice to say, her family, oh my god, are we about to tell this story? It's so insane. So I first played her in a one-shot, and this one-shot, the concept was that all of these siblings from a noble house that had kind of fallen on harder times were coming home because their father was dying, and they had to deal with the inheritance and who was going to get what. Dad, that's hot. Yeah. And so she came home, and she was the youngest, and everybody else in her family, the way of these, as these tales go, she never thought she was going to have to be responsible for, you know, getting married for the sake of the, you know, the family name, or carrying on the family business. She was never expected to do any of that, and she was really forced out of that a lot when she was younger. And so eventually she was sent off to, you know, a bardic finishing school to become a nice young lady, and yada, yada, yada. But she was always really close with this young boy, this young stable hand at home, and named Percival. When her mother, the family had like one mother for the first bunch of kids, and then the husband left that mother for a younger local woman, who was my mother and the mother of the two other younger kids in the family. And so it was definitely like a really complicated family history situation when we sat down to play. But suffice to say, one of the children, the second oldest child, had my mother had died of like a mysterious illness early on in my life, and it turned out that that her closest brother, who was like her best friend, had made a deal with a Fey entity. He was a warlock, and the cost of the deal was his mother's life. But he never thought of his old kind of decrepit witchy mother, who was very cruel to the new mother as his mother. He saw my mother as his mother, even though she wasn't by birth. And so he traded our mother's life for the ability to walk again, and he, all these other things. So it was a very complicated situation. But one of the aspects of the reveals of this one shot was that our family had this kind of family of servants who had served us for a long time, and their parents had served, and then theirs and theirs before had served, and our crest was this giant silver dragon. We were known for the rhyme staffs were known for this, being the source of this, old legend about the dragons being dragon's brood being protected by a family in these mountains, and they were given this rhyme staff to symbolize the dragon's gratefulness, and their family line was blessed with magical gifts. So our family name was Rhymestaff, and that was kind of the the origin story. But it turned out at the end of this, when shit was going down and everything was crazy, that all of our servants were actually part of that line of the Silver Dragon's brood. So her best friend Percival turned out to be a dragon who was enslaved by her evil father, and they had to kill her father, and he had like mind controlled or Gaius, it wasn't mind controlled, it was like a Gaius spell on her best friend Percival, and then ultimately she used bardic inspiration to help him survive some sort of crazy save against something, and then he came back to her, and then the end of the during the big fight, she said something to the effect of, I regret not telling you. I regret letting my family come between us. I regret not telling you. And so then after the fight, when everyone was like picking up the pieces, and it was not a fight that ended super well. Like her brother, who had killed their mother, died or was trapped away from her in a demiplane in order to kind of break the grip of her father's evil enchantments on the land. That was the sacrifice that was made, and so they're all picking up the pieces. And the last part of the last moment of the one shot was Percy coming over to Calliope and saying, "Well, there was something you wanted to tell me." And I was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna do it!" Anyway, so that was like a 12-hour one-shot that we played one day. And then I was like, I love this character. I want to know what happens to her and Percy and their kids. And, her basically blaming herself for her for her brother who got trapped in the demiplane and like wants to release him and kill this Fey entity that changed him so much and that killed her mother. And so that's that's how she started in the next adventure. She's older. She left home. She had been living with her husband and her children in the mountains. And her husband keeps telling her there's no way to save her brother. There's no way to kill the Queen of Air and Darkness. And she decided, or she found I can't remember what it was. I'll have to reread before we start playing again. I haven't played this character in like 3 months or so, but suffice to say, she found out that he was keeping something from her, and that there actually was a way to get to her brother, and there was more information in a large library in a different town. So she began traveling there, and she left the boys with him. And she's like, you don't get to decide when my story is over. I'm not a book you can just shelve for later on enjoyment and looking back on a past you love. Like, I'm a person, and I'm multifaceted, and you can't do that to me. So she left him and left the kids to go figure out what's going on with her brother, and is now struggling to not let the temptations that rhyme staffs typically have when they are faced with ambition and goals turn her into a bad person. And that's where we are with Calliope Rhymestaff, I suppose. I never know if you guys are like, okay, Anne, we get it, like, you like your characters, or if you actually like hearing about them. But I hope you do, because I do it a lot on this channel. But yeah, the music was going pretty well, huh, guys? Goodness gracious. All right. Put some like war paint on the tail, I think. Oh boy. Like a little God, this is so scary. Why'd he make songs so scary? My goodness. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I have like a potential GM situation where I need to like write a bunch of stuff down. And I've been working on that too, along with everything else, which has been really, really fun. There we go. Stitches in the front here that need to be done, so I'm gonna get in there and do that. The one thing I don't have an idea for is like, who would I bring into Starfound if Amaruk died? And we should probably think about that, y'all, because Amaruk jumped into a fucking volcano at the end of the last game, so... Guess who hasn't thought about that at all? What's up, Ellie? It's Eleanor DiLorenzo. Bwomp, 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 bwomp. What's up, friend? We painted this doggo. Do you have any ideas for names for this doggo, Ellie? How about Eleanor DiLorenzo? Yeah, everybody's been missing your streams, Ellie. Me too. Me included. Alright. Now it is time to... Early August! Oh, that's awesome. When are you... So what's the deal with your computer situation at this point? God, this is so creepy, this music. My goodness. Wow, 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 wow. Garbage humans! Yeah, that sucks, dude. I was just we were talking about your situation earlier, and I was just like, I don't know when Ellie's gonna be back, but what I do know is there's nothing worse than when you get into a rhythm and you really love doing a thing, and then right as it's like reaching its zenith, the world is like, nah, that's it. That's all you get. So I'll feel for you. Ooh, yes. Good afternoon, know-it-all. What's up? We're trying to name this this Beagle Barbarian. What do you think, buddy? He's got some war paint. So cute. I'm dying. I tend towards Barkley. Alliteration. Barkley the Beagle Barbarian is good. We also have Sam the Beagle Barbarian, which is very cute. But I do like Barkley. He would like to bork. He would like to bork. Alright, let's do some... Put some Nuln oil on these skulls. No, God. Okay, sorry. I thought I knocked things over, but I didn't. Not meaningfully, at any rate. About this little knife back here with the bone handle. You give a dog a bone, and he'll make a knife. So cute. Okay, you gotta wait for that to... Alright, we're getting there, y'all. We getting there. I kind of feel like this part is done. You know what? I'm gonna just... There we go. Some little eyebrows. The only bad thing about taking a long weekend is all the work you come back to. Oh my gosh, do I hear you there, know-it-all. I was gone. I was out most of last week from one of my contract jobs, and then we had a meeting today, and I was just like, ah! So much to do. And, you know, we met for like an hour and a half to kind of go over some things. And I was just like, oh my God, how am I going to do all of this? The answer is I have so much time tomorrow. And a lot of the work we did was figuring out like what the best stuff to focus on was. So that's always really helpful in terms of prioritizing when you come back to a huge lump sum. But then I also had to like do some Starfound stuff. And just like there were a lot of things to take care of for a hot second. And then I got to do some stuff for my family in a little bit. So like within the end of the week kind of situation. So I'm just like, God, how do I do everything? And on top of that, my dad and I, who is in the chat, he might still be in the chat, I don't know. Your priority tomorrow is getting hyped for our D&D game? Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So Know-It-All is in our Avernus game that we were talking about earlier. He is playing the bard in our game. Know-It-All, how do you feel about the bardic stereotype of like high charisma, meaning you gon' fuck? How do you feel about that? Tell me your thoughts and your feelings. What the? Let's get... I need like... This is good, this is good. No! We'll see. IMHO charisma equals sexy time is just lame and thin. It can be inspiring, intimidating. Charisma is the ability to manipulate emotions, not just be sexually attractive. Agree. Just found out a meetup to play D&D, and they're playing online now. I'm gonna go play in 2 weeks. Yes, bards! Yes, shiz! Yes! For anybody who's stopping by that I haven't seen in a bit, welcome. And you should know that all of the music that you're going to be listening to from here on out for at least the next 6 months, is all by a member of our community. It's all by Murder Sauce. And if you need music for anything, you should absolutely talk to him about it. Because he great. I've been chilling to it all afternoon. God. Sometimes things don't work. The more you paint, the more you add stuff that just glops on and on and on. So sometimes you got to get in there and like kind of paint on the wash in the places that you want the shadow, as opposed to just like such good music. It's true. All right. Let me scroll up here to read. I mean, it's definitely a stereotype, but one I tend to ignore. Same. I have never played that type of bard. I've done the soldier background bard who gives inspiring speeches. I play subtle bards that are into intrigue, and then I have my Kato, my know-it-all boy, who is more of a bumbling fool with a childlike charm. Oh boy. Hey, what's up, Polaire Mom? Is this Michael? My sweet Michael boy? It is! Everybody, welcome to Palermo. My sweet Mike. Mike, we were just telling the story of the rhyme staffs. We finished, but it be. Mike was in my story about my bard when we were talking about that like 20 minutes ago. Mike was the warlock brother who took the pact and accidentally killed my mom. Good times. Good times. Yeah, we look back on that. Oh no. Oh no, we're painting. We're painting this Beagle Barbarian. Look at the pupper. He's a little war paint. Little teal war paint. Oops. Oops, I did it again. Well, welcome to the Baby Bards, officially, Palermo. It's important. 'Twas my fault. Things went cheeks up. 'Tis true. Palermo is also the person I was talking about when we were discussing my frustrating adventure in Sea of Thieves last night. So we all have to take Palermo out on a real adventure where we don't have to deal with dickwad fuckwits. Not to put too fine a point on it. You had lots of airtime. Hey, what's up, Matt? What happened last night is the short version of the story, because I already told it once, is that we had people. I have been at the heart of many a bad situation. Maybe we should rethink our friendship, Michael. No, I'm kidding. I love you. No, so Mike was like, I have been enjoying watching Sea of Thieves. I want to play. And I was like, great, let's play. And so we got on a sloop last night, and everything was fine. I was sort of like teaching him stuff, and like one person came over and like snuck up on us while I was like, we were both looking for treasure on an island on this, we were on, God, which was it? We were on Thieves Haven, which is really easy to get snuck up on if you go inside, right? So we were inside, and we were both running up along the top trying to find these different things that we could not find. The map was very, very confusing. And suddenly, we realized we were being attacked. And we were like, oh, okay, well that's... So I was like, so here's a lesson. Like, this can happen if someone doesn't pay attention, and, you know, that can be hard in this particular situation, yada, yada. We both know what we got into. So then we, like, waited a while and came back, and then, ultimately... How can you do it again? How many mothers do you have? 2, 4, 6... No, I'm sure it's more than 5. Amazing. So we came back, and a different group saw us, and we were like, oh, we didn't win that war. Like, we killed them once, but then they came back, and like, that's all fair. But then when we came back on, hey, it's Cryptids! What's up? Welcome to the Baby Bards. It's your girl, Anne, aka Hearthsinger, aka Hearthsinger Games, head bard in charge. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. So ultimately, what ended up going down was that they kept on killing us, but they wouldn't destroy our boat. So we couldn't leave. They just kept griefing us. And then they friended us on the Xbox app and sent us tons of like nasty messages. And we're like, we'll leave you alone if you join our group, and then we can tell you how bad you are. And just like, at one point I was like, guys, like, what are we doing here? Is this the rest of our night? Like, can we both move on? Can you just take our treasure, which you have earned, and like move on? And they wrote to me that like they would let us go, or that once we got good, we would earn the right to play the game. Because I was like, none of us are playing the game right now. Let's be real. So yeah, so it sucked. Also, you can have as many moms as your heart can carry is the sweetest thing anyone's ever said. So yeah, so I was super done, and Mike was super done, and so now the real thing is, and I'm glad the Discord came up, so anybody who's new here, go ahead and join our Discord, because we do play Sea of Thieves together fairly often. And now I want to take Mike out on the road, for a road show, the Antiques Road Show. No, I want to take him out with a couple other people. Yeah, get good, but don't play until you're good is the dumbest meme lord edgy video game mantra that has ever persisted. Yeah, absolutely. And Aaron, this was like literally right after we were talking, Luth. So I went from being like pleasantly happy in our conversation to being like really excited to hang out with my friend to being really frustrated that my friend's first experience of the game was basically being destroyed by these assholes. Yeah. Yeah, I was so mad, and we just had to keep scuttling the boat. So, like, they didn't take anything, and we didn't get anything either. It sucked. Yeah. So, in any case, Mike deserves a better evening of Sea of Thieves, and we're gonna get it for him. That's what's gonna happen. Not tonight, because I have D&D, but another night we will definitely have to do that. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, they told us, so part of this was, they kept doing stuff to us, and I decided to film it. So I started screen recording using OBS because it was open, and I decided to let them keep doing what they were doing so I could capture what they were doing, and then capture them saying it, and then screenshot all of the shitty things they sent me, and then ultimately when we left the first time, I was like, so cool, this has been fun. By the way, this is 100% harassment. You have been warned. I have video evidence of this entire thing, and it's going into rare later. And then, of course, that only incensed them, and they were like, well, now you're really going to get it. We're going to spend the rest of the night hunting you guys. And I was like, okay, whatever. And they did manage to find us, even though we were like on the other side of the map, but like whatever, we logged out then, and I was just like, one day Mike and I are gonna have a great time, and it's gonna be great. I know Find Your Fun is a thing, but I just don't see fun in that kind of nonsense. Like, they weren't playing the game, and they were keeping other, like, I was totally down, and I said as much to them. I was like, if you wanted to come in here and take our stuff and sink our ship, I'm 100p down. Like, you earned it. You snuck up on us, and you got the better of us. Does anyone ever have a great time in Sea of Thieves? I think we've had lots of great times, know-it-all. I'm very sad that you would say such a thing to me. All right. I'm hurt. Yeah, people totally suck. Anyways, we don't need to give them any more airtime. I just hate them, and I hate people like them who gatekeep. Because we even said at one point, we were like, so here's the deal. This guy that you keep killing barely knows the controls. So yeah, he is bad. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. And I can't beat you by myself, and that's just a fact. So, like, you're good, and we're not better than you. Like, that's it. Can we leave now so that, like, I can teach my friend the game? And they just, with impunity, just kept killing Mike over and over no matter what he did. Like, they would sit there and talk to me, but they would just keep killing Mike, and I was so mad. I was so livid because I felt, welcome to fun, deep chats with Anne, which we always seem to have when I'm doing my mini painting shows. But, gatekeepers suck. And I felt like they were gatekeeping Mike from the game. And it just reminded me of, like, why I love this community and how, like, it would be really easy for all of us to get frustrated with each other when we're playing new games and somebody else is teaching us. But, like, you know, know-it-all gives me shit and gets frustrated, but like he taught me a lot, and Murder taught me a lot. And then, you know, Matt and I went out on our own and did some sailing, and like we learned some things and we got better at stuff, but it was because people like took us out to get better. It wasn't because people just killed us unendingly forever until we got sad and somehow got better. Like, gatekeeping doesn't do anything for anybody except stroke someone's own ego, and I think that's why I hate it so much. Like, I mean, there are many reasons to hate it, but in any case, I was livid, and that's, we don't need to talk about it anymore. I'm so sorry. I hate that I'm giving them any mental thinking. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve the Sea of Thieves. Despite Sai's best attempts to kill us, he hasn't yet. Only frustration is only ever at myself for being bad with the word talking. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a room for improvement for you, I think. Getting bad and griefing. Hold on. Oh, God. Too fast. Unlike you, Matthew. Getting mad and griefing because someone is bad isn't the weakest response possible. If you're really that good at the game, teach. Yeah, 100%. And there was a moment in the conversation where I thought they were like gonna be like, join our crew and we'll show you some cool stuff. And I was like, okay, but then it all turned very quickly and I was like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate everything about it. Alright. So I think it's time to base. I think I need to... It's almost time to base. It's almost time to base. Alright, so now we have to figure out what we're gonna do for the basing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the snow out. Snow out! Unlike me, who has never accidentally exploded anything and always pays attention to my cooking. All about that bass, no stipple. I'm all about that bass, no stipple. Alright, yeah. I'm so sorry. Where did I go for that moment? I went away from here. Oh my God. Guys, we all need to, like, say a silent prayer for my monk, because I am afraid that tonight could very possibly be the last, her last. I'm always afraid, but like tonight, we've been leading up for a long time to the moment that has finally at last arrived. Wow, I might need more of this. Monks are super hard to kill, even though I try my darndest. Yeah, they are. They've got a lot of tool slots, and the one thing I think I have going for me in this particular situation, what level is my monk? 11. My monk is a level 11 monk. Or actually, I think she's 10 plus. Maybe she's not level 11. I can't remember. She might be level 9 monk, level 1 rogue, or it might be level 10 monk, level 9 rogue. I can't remember. But it's up there. Yeah, she's doing great. She's living. We've got right now the situation is that we're fighting our former party member who is now a big bad, and played by the DM. We have to fight them, and then get this artifact they have that can potentially save my people from a dark curse. But because the other people, for the most part, all the humans in the group want to, or are part of the Ondarian army, it's potentially they want the artifact to like finish the Ondarian Empire's push forward against the rest of the world, including getting rid of all the changelings. So the army doesn't know she's a changeling, but her party does, and this has been a huge source of contention for them, because she does not want Ondare to have this powerful artifact, because she knows that all they want to do is kill and own people and have the greatest empire ever. And she doesn't want anybody in power to have it, but she does want to use it to save her people and then destroy it. So the one thing that she and the only other not human in the party, the Warforged, has decided is that their party should not have this thing. And so they are trying to make a play for it in the last moments and head off into the sunset with it, which is why even if she doesn't die, Nox is in trouble as far as me playing her past this evening, because we're gonna hopefully kill the big bad and get the artifact, but then I'm gonna have to make a way with it somehow. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. This really turned out pretty well, honestly. Look at this little boy. Honestly, you can't really see his face markings that well on here, which makes me really sad, because I feel like they're really good. Hopefully you guys will be able to see them better when we go into when I post it on Twitter. But here you go, have a look. What do you think? What do you think? I think he's pretty cute. Beagle Barbarian! Thanks, Know-It-All. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today, y'all. I guess we have a couple more minutes where we can chat about stuff. As you guys know, I'm here 3 to 4 times a week. The next time you will absolutely see me is on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Starfound. And we will be continuing where we left off after the Stay Queer Spectacular, where we not only raised $1,500 for the Trevor Project, but we were able to tell a huge story that ended up with my character jumping into a volcano. So, good times, good times. You guys need to give me your final suggestions for dogs' names. Barkley, Sam, Gall, those are all on the table if anybody else has any more. So yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night, we will be playing Starfinder in Starfound. You can find that also on our Patreon. for that gamer gulp. Yeah, we also have Sam the Small. He has to be known as Small. Let me take a gamer gulp here. For anyone new at HearthsingerGames.com, there is actually a brand new gamer gulp mug that you can buy that I really like. So that's a thing as well. So that's what's happening Thursday. Friday night, I will be back with Frontline Friends. That is when I play a multiplayer game with a bunch of other people. It will either be Sea of Thieves or Deep Rock Galactic. I will let you know what the plan is at the time. Saturday, I will be back with Alien Isolation. I know it's been so long since we did it because I didn't stream it this weekend. Thank you for being understanding. That game takes a lot out of me, and after having such a rough week, I just couldn't really face it. I've played Overwatch, not Luthera. I play Lucio. And lastly, I guess, yeah, that would take us, that's the Saturday, and that takes us around to Tuesday again. If you're ever wondering what my schedule is, you should head on over to HearthsingerGames.com or scroll into the info. My schedule will be up at all times, and I'm pretty good at keeping up with it. You should also check out our Discord channel as well, which I'll put in chat. Definitely come hang out with us there. Tons of people to play games with, to chat with, bounce ideas off, draw stuff with, get all sorts of interaction with during this dark, trying time. But, you know, I really appreciate that you guys come out and hang with me. I know it had been a couple of weeks since we did this. I will tell you, if you enjoyed this, the folks from Steamforged Games, which make the Dungeons and Doggies line of miniatures, they made a volume 3. So we've painted now all of the original dogs with the addition of our pupper here. Our either Sam the Small, Barkley the Beagle Barbarian, or Gall. Those are your options. You know what? Let me just do like a little poll. We'll do a poll. Sam the Small. Let's do it. Hold on. Hover your mice, that's weird, your mouse over chat, and it'll give you an option to vote in this poll. And when I'm done chatting with y'all, we'll see what it is. But yeah, so all of that stuff on the Discord is just an awesome opportunity. Welcome everybody else who are new baby bards. We have some giveaways that are on the way to being things. Less than 60 people away from giving away a full set of level up dice, and of course after, I think we're $120 away from giving away another D20. So there's a lot to enjoy here. All right, I'm gonna view results. Where are we here? Wow, we've got 1, 1, and 1. So somebody's got to be a tiebreaker. Somebody's got to vote here that has a different opinion. Who's gonna sweep it? Wow, that's it. Didn't see the poll. Okay, well, of Gall, Barkley the Beagle, and Sam the Small, which one would you like the most? You're gonna have to be our tiebreaker, Luth. Gall. Okay, how about we do Gall the Small? Oh, Barkley? You didn't see it either? Oh, no. Okay, so now it's Gall versus Barkley. Oh, God. Gall or Barkley? We could do Gall. Okay. All right, Gall. We're going with Gall. Gall the Beagle. Gall the Beagle Barbarian. I hate myself. Gall the Small. Okay, that's actually awesome. Let's do Gall the Small. All right, I love it. I love it. I'm in. You have my attention. Hey, Helen, I see you over there on Facebook. Welcome to the stream. All right, everybody. I'm going to find us a Chanel. I said it. Oh, did I? I forgot. Yeah, but I didn't spell it that way in my head. Speaking of Sea of Thieves, let's go check out Fuzzy Bond. He's a good guy. He is one of the better Sea of Thieves streamers that I have watched, and often streams in just a sloop with one or two people, which can be really, really fascinating to see how he handles the situations that would make me crazy. So go ahead, join the raid. Go ahead and show your love when we get over there. And I will see you next time, of course, right here on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Starfound. Bye, everybody.